Hey, what's up and welcome to another Nintendad review. I'm Thomas and today we're going to be looking at Langrisser I and II, which has been published for the Nintendo Switch by NIS America. Langrisser kicks things off by introducing you to Lucillus, the goddess of light. She'll ask a few questions to help determine your starting stats. The story was a tad underwhelming and didn't take any risks. I'll avoid spoilers, but this is a tale so overtold that nothing I could say would really come as a surprise. One thing I did enjoy from the narrative is the option to change the outcome by making alternate choices. For example, if you allow an enemy commander to live, it will set you on a completely new story arc. There are a lot of different story branches, and exploring various outcomes is a great way to get extra mileage out of the experience. You can at any point look at the story timeline and go back to try something new. Be warned, doing so will alter your trajectory and can limit experience gained for certain commanders. To clarify, if you go back on the timeline, you'll keep any gold, items, or experience earned. However, if you unlock a certain commander in, say, Chapter 7, and you start over in Chapter 6, you'll lose that commander's stats and all equipped items. The gameplay also takes few risks. It follows typical SRPG norms and does a few things differently, but it never deviates a great deal. Granted, this likely has more to do with its original release back in 1991 and helping set the stage for what a tactical RPG looks and plays like. In fact, I had more fun with Langrisser than some of the current tactic games on the market today. The rock, paper, scissors combat is straightforward with a few variations. You'll also accumulate a variety of commanders, and when you enter combat, you have the choice for each commander to recruit mercenaries to fight alongside. This presented a unique option as you can make the game more challenging by saving money and just fighting with your heroes. Or you can spend a chunk of change building up a huge army to smash your enemies to bits. I found the latter gave me more troops than I ever needed. Finding the right balance is part of the fun. Your opponent will likewise have troops acting as fodder surrounding their commanders as well. You can take your time trying to eliminate each unit for extra experience, or you can target and surround the commander. If you kill the commander, all other units they control are lost. Depending on my approach, I could clear a scenario in as little as 10 minutes or as much as 40 minutes, depending on the chapter. I like that spells only affect the enemy, so you don't have to worry about your troops being caught in the crossfire. Buffs act similarly, that even if an enemy is in range of the spell, it will only boost your team. In Langrisser, the buffs actually matter and make a huge difference to the gameplay. So many other role-playing games that I've played, I nearly ignore buffs as they can be ineffective. That said, my spellcasters for attack magic were hardly used as I seldom got them within range to do enough damage. Once I had the enemy surrounded and moved a mage close enough to help, the battle was pretty much already over. Magic can't be cast if the character moves that same turn. The levels between my melee units outpaced my magic users. Langrisser was rarely over-challenging, and that even counts the times I brought limited support. Not to say I didn't see the game over screen from time to time. If you don't pay attention to the scenario requirements, or you make a blatant error leaving Leaden exposed, you'll face the consequences. The remastered graphics are beautifully done. For those looking for a truly retro experience, you can opt for the original presentation. I really enjoyed the chiptune music in Langrisser I, but I feel like the music in Langrisser II didn't quite match the story and came off as a bit chintzy. The dialogue is voiced in Japanese, but everything can be read on screen so you won't miss out on anything. From a technical standpoint, I didn't run into any frame rate drops or bugs of any kind. I did notice some of the load time seemed a little long. Not a huge deal, but enough to draw attention. The AI was occasionally ineffective, especially when casting magic. Certain characters are immune, or nearly so, to magic, but that didn't stop high-level enemy commanders from continually targeting them to no effect. I'll admit that I nitpicked Langrisser a lot about some small nuisances, but in truth, I had a blast playing, and seeing as it's a remaster from an older game, I'm not surprised I thoroughly enjoyed the classic experience. Yes, Langrisser is a bit easier than other games of this genre, and the story doesn't take a lot of risks, but its presentation with branching paths and gorgeous artwork was more than enough to draw me into the world and provide hours of entertainment. The fact that you get both Langrisser I and II with several story arcs makes this worth the asking price. This bundle should be added to any SRPG fan's Nintendo Switch. The accessible gameplay with the option to bulk up your army also makes it a great jumping point for new players who want to try out this genre. This set of Langrisser games have some minor issues keeping it from a perfect score, but the enjoyment and value in this bundle earn it a Nintendad score of 4 out of 5. Thanks for watching and have a strategic day.